Cybercriminals are constantly looking for your passwords. Luckily, password managers exist, and there are a ton of good ones available. To save you time, I've tested a bunch evaluating their security, ease of use, compatibility, and pricing, and 3 came out on top. So let's do a NordPass versus Proton Pass versus 1Password comparison to see which of these is the right fit for you. Now, you put a lot of trust into a password manager, so its security has got to be airtight. And all 3 of these providers have impressive practices in this area, like strong encryption that guarantees your data is unreadable to outsiders. And NordPass's version is the most modern and fastest out of the 3. Not only that, but all have zero-knowledge architectures. This means that your data is entirely confidential, and even the companies can't view it. They've all been independently audited. Plus, you can store more than just passwords, and it's all backed up, encrypted, and synced across devices for quick access. Although there are still some key differences in NordPass versus Proton Pass versus 1Password security. For example, Proton Pass can be a full alternative to Google's ecosystem. With its higher-tiered plan, you can get fully encrypted Drive, and its AI-powered security monitors and blocks attempts to compromise the whole ecosystem. In addition, Proton Pass is one of the only open source options on the market. However, 1Password stands out for another reason: its security key. This adds an extra layer of security for anyone trying to log in on a new device. Plus, without making this a 1Password review, it has a new feature that stops you from falling victim to phishing scams. 1Password will only autofill your login info if the URL matches the one saved in your vault, making sure that you don't accidentally hand your data over to sites masquerading as legitimate ones. The bottom line, while Proton Pass offers greater transparency, all 3 ensure data safety, just in different ways. And if you want to invest in a best password manager today with impenetrable security, I've rounded up the most exclusive discounts. So be sure to use my links from the description or scan this QR code to save some money. Moving on, let's take a look at user friendliness. What is the best password manager for beginners? Now, I mentioned in my previous NordPass review that it's very beginner friendly, and that's still the case. Its UI is modern and its features are easy to find and use. 1Password is polished, offering excellent customization, especially on mobile, and strong admin controls for family plans, but beginners may face a slight learning curve. However, my Proton Pass review shows its techie-looking design is deceptive. Despite initially seeming complex, the app is actually minimalistic and easy to navigate. But the best way to understand which password manager suits you best is by looking at its features, starting with the everyday functions. Each of these password managers lets you import passwords, although they all have generators that make creating new, stronger passwords straightforward enough. Plus, all 3 let you securely share passwords. With NordPass, recipients must have an account, and you can edit how much access they have or share a generated link and set its expiration. Proton Pass and NordPass work similarly, but a big difference is that you can send a password to anyone. Continuing this review, all 3 services support pass keys, a safer, attack-resistant alternative to passwords. These, alongside your passwords and data, can be autofilled when you visit login pages, making your digital life simpler. In addition, with all 3, you can generate fake emails to use instead of your real ones, and this stops spam mail and protects your identity. NordPass and Proton Pass are well integrated, but 1Password makes you create a fast mail account first. On top of that, they each have tools that track the health of your stored passwords, alerting you if there are any vulnerabilities. And dark web monitoring too, which alerts you to any leaked information on dark web databases. Arguably, Proton Pass is the most comprehensive here, scanning for medical information, government IDs, and more. Plus, they all have a way for you to access your passwords in an emergency, although 1Password is limited to a PDF called an emergency kit rather than being able to grant access to your vault. So far, there are very minor differences, however, there are a couple standout features. For example, NordPass has OCR scanning. This is great if you don't want to manually type lots of information out. You just use your phone camera to scan the document, and NordPass will extract the info and save it for you. And 1Password has the one-of-a-kind travel mode. This lets you hide particular vaults when crossing borders for utmost privacy. Also, its family subscription is the best that you can find if you want to easily manage older or younger family members' data more securely. So, all of these options are functional, but if any of these features sound beneficial to you, be sure to use my discount to get the best price. Okay, which of these can offer all that but still be considered a cheap password manager? Well, it doesn't matter if you compare 1Password versus NordPass or Proton Pass versus NordPass, the latter is clearly the most affordable option, and its value is unmatched for an individual user. However, when looking at family subscriptions, 1Password's extra cost is worthwhile considering the advanced admin controls you get. Plus, Proton Pass isn't expensive within the market, especially because its open source code is a rarity. But before making a choice, it's important to consider your budget and what you'll actually use a password manager for. All right, all important categories are covered, so what's the takeaway in this password manager review? NordPass has proven to be the best option for personal use with robust security, straightforward apps, and a diverse feature set. 1Password offers the best experience for families with a great price to value ratio, plus it's trustworthy and has one-of-a-kind features. And finally, Proton Pass is best for those who want to support a highly reputable, transparent company. I hope this helped you narrow it down today. If you do decide to invest, don't forget to use my discount links. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.